Have you ever had a team member walk into your office or maybe ping you on Slack and just dump a lot of words on your desk or in that channel, and then suddenly you feel like you basically have to solve world peace? Yep, me too. I've been there. But here's the thing. Not every problem needs fixing, and not every idea needs your input. Sometimes your team member just needs one of three things. They need to be heard, they need help, or they need a hug. So let's talk about how you can tell the difference and why this matters more than ever in midlife leadership. If you're new here, my name is Shelia, and on this channel we talk all things leadership, especially related to women, and around the topic of how to boss less and lead more. So if you're interested in that and you're interested in this topic, click like or subscribe to the channel, and we're going to dive into why it's so important to know the difference in what your team needs when they come to you for help. When you've been in leadership for a while, especially if you're juggling a business and a team, maybe a family, you automatically probably develop this knee-jerk reaction to solve problems and just get things done, right? And it comes from a good place. You want to be helpful, you want to be efficient and productive. But here's the catch. If you're always solving problems, you're not really listening. And if you're always instructing, you might be missing what your team really needs deep down. And in midlife, you start to realize that you can't carry everyone else's load. That's not leadership. That's actually burnout with a title. So when someone brings you a problem, try this mental filter and just ask yourself, do they need to be heard? Do they need help? Or do they need a hug? You've got to decide which one it's going to be. If they need to be heard, they really just want to say things out loud. They're not necessarily asking for you to fix anything. They don't need you to interrupt. They don't need you to solve their problem. They need you to hold space. Most of the time, they can solve their own problem with your help of maybe listening and just asking questions. Here's a pro tip. You can ask them, do you want feedback or do you just want to vent for a minute? That's a game changer. If they need help, this one's clear. They want you to use your brain. Maybe they're stuck. They want your input. Now's the time for coaching and not directing. So you might say, what have you tried so far? Or what is the real issue here? Or how might you solve that? So help them think, don't solve it for them. And if they just need a hug, not literally, sometimes it's just being there and hearing the word hug, that may just mean grace. That may mean that they're overwhelmed. Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe they're burnt. They're just human. But in that moment, they need compassion, because compassion is more powerful than correction. So you can follow up on the details later. For now, just remind them that you're on their team. You're there for them. You're there for that virtual hug. You're giving them space to express what they need. That's what's important. Midlife women leaders, especially those who've been leading forever, we often carry the emotional weight of everyone. But leadership isn't about being the fixer or the therapist or the parent or the savior. It's about clarity. It's about awareness and presence. And when you learn to pause and ask, do they need to be heard? Do they need help or do they need hugged? You lead smarter, you lead lighter, and you lead like the kind of boss that you wish that you had had when you were going through the trenches. So the next time someone knocks on your door, whether literally or emotionally or in Slack, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this a heard moment, a help moment, or a hug moment? And lead from that place. That's how you boss less and lead more. So drop a comment here. I would love to know how you handle situations like this with your team members. And again, if you're liking this, click like on the video. It would be very helpful. Thanks a lot, and continue to dive in and continue to listen and be there. Be there for each other.